Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about one of the greatest idols of Real Madrid, Alfredo Di Stéfano. This Argentine player is considered by many to be the greatest player in the history of the Merengue club, and for that reason, we have selected 10 curiosities about his life and career. First curiosity. The beginning in football. Alfredo Di Stéfano was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on July 4, 1926. He began his career at River Plate, one of the country's biggest clubs, in 1945. During his time at River, Di Stéfano showed his talent and quickly caught the attention of other Argentine teams and foreign clubs. Di Stéfano was a talented player from the beginning of his career, and quickly became one of River Plate's main players. His on-field ability caught the attention of other clubs in Argentina, and soon he began to be considered by teams from other countries. His time at River Plate lasted until 1949, when he was sold to Huracán, another Argentine team. However, Di Stéfano did not stay at Huracán for long and ended up being signed by Millonarios from Colombia in 1949. Second curiosity. Arrival at Real Madrid. Alfredo Di Stéfano arrived at Real Madrid in 1953, after a controversial transfer that involved several clubs, including Barcelona and Juventus. In the end, Real Madrid managed to sign the player, and Di Stéfano quickly became one of the greatest idols in the history of the club. Di Stéfano's signing by Real Madrid was surrounded by controversy. Several European clubs, including Barcelona and Juventus, wanted to sign the player, but Real Madrid ended up being Di Stéfano's final destination. The arrival of the Argentine at Real Madrid changed the history of the club, which went on to dominate Spanish and European football in the following years. Third curiosity. The legend of the Champions Cup. Alfredo Di Stéfano was one of the greatest players in the history of the Champions Cup, now known as the Champions League. He was the top scorer in the competition in 5 different seasons and lifted the trophy on 5 occasions, all with Real Madrid. Di Stéfano is a legend of the Champions Cup/Champions League. He is the 4th highest scorer in the competition's history, with 49 goals in 58 games, and won the tournament 5 times with Real Madrid, in 1956, 1957, 1958, 1959 and 1960. His on-field skills and goal-scoring instinct made him one of the most feared players by opponents in the competition. Fourth curiosity. Di Stéfano was a complete player, who could play in various positions on the field. He started his career as a right winger at River Plate, but it was at Huracán where he established himself as a center forward. At Real Madrid, he mainly played as an attacking midfielder and later as a false 9, a position where he stood out for his tactical intelligence and vision of the game. Throughout his career, Di Stéfano collected an impressive amount of titles, both individual and collective. He won the Best European Player award twice, in 1957 and 1959, and was also elected the best player of the Champions League final on 5 occasions. He was also the top scorer of the Spanish League 5 times and won the Pichichi Award, given to the league's top scorer, in 1953, 1954, and 1956. An interesting curiosity is that, in addition to his football career, Di Stéfano also had a brief stint in boxing. In 1953, he fought only once as a professional boxer, defeating Argentine Jorge Fernandez by knockout in the 5th round. However, his boxing career did not take off, and he decided to dedicate himself exclusively to football. Di Stéfano passed away in 2014, at the age of 88, leaving an invaluable legacy in world football. His skill, versatility, and titles won made him one of the greatest players of all time, and his importance to Real Madrid is undisputed. To this day, he is revered by the club's fans and his image is a constant presence at the Santiago Bernabéu. The legacy of Di Stéfano at Real Madrid. After retiring, Di Stéfano continued working at Real Madrid as a coach and ambassador for the club. He also worked as a sports commentator and had a political career, even running for president of the Spanish Football Federation in 1988. However, his greatest legacy at the club is as a player, considered by many as the greatest player in the history of Real Madrid. Tributes to Di Stéfano after his death. Di Stéfano passed away in 2014 at the age of 88, leaving an immeasurable legacy in world football and at Real Madrid in particular. After his death, the club paid tribute to the idol with various honors, such as the inauguration of the Alfredo Di Stéfano Stadium, which served as the temporary home of Real Madrid during the renovation of the Santiago Bernabéu, and the creation of a bust in his honor at the club museum. Di Stéfano's international recognition. Di Stéfano is not only a Real Madrid icon but also recognized as one of the greatest players in the history of world football. He was named the world's best player by World Soccer magazine in 1957 and 1959, and was included in several selections of the best players of all time. In 2004, he received the FIFA Award for Best Player of the 20th Century in the International Player category. Di Stéfano's impact on Spanish football. In addition to his impact on Real Madrid, Di Stéfano also left a legacy in Spanish football as a whole. He became a Spanish citizen in 1956 and played for the Spanish national team in 31 matches, scoring 23 goals. He was also instrumental in introducing offensive football to Spain and influenced many players and coaches over the decades. Di Stéfano's example of professionalism. In addition to his unquestionable talent as a football player, Di Stéfano was known for his example of professionalism and dedication to the sport. He always gave his all on the field, even in matches considered less important, and was respected by colleagues, opponents, and fans for his work ethic and commitment to the team. His example of professionalism continues to be a reference for many players and football lovers around the world. So, what do you think of these curiosities about Alfredo Di Stéfano? If you want to know more about other players and teams, leave your suggestions in the comments for the next video. See you next time. Subscribe to the channel, give a like, turn on the bell, and share your thoughts on this news in the comments. Your support is crucial for us to continue producing high-quality content about Real Madrid.